Good afternoon everyone, Daniel Miller here. How are you guys doing? Hope you had a very good Friday. Hopefully you finished with work and with college and school and everything else you were doing today, maybe even shopping, and now getting ready perhaps to go out, perhaps to enjoy some of the gaming favorites of yours. As you know, this is a very good, great weekend for Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment. We have the privilege to be able to stream the Division 2, the big new second installment of the Ubisoft's tactical shooter. I guess many of you would have played it, and I talked to quite a few people during my Anthem streams recently, Anthem demo testing that was, who were very great fans of the Division. They all expressed great excitement with a lot of anticipation of this particular date. Indeed, maybe the 15th of March is going to be even a bigger date once the game is released, but you know, that's what they said. They said they wanted to test the beta first and then jump in and start with the game in full once released. And for people who pre-ordered, I've just heard today you'll be able to play the game 3 days in advance, and indeed during this beta test we'll get some goodies as well. Give us a very good picture on basically what is to follow. So just to recap on what I've been doing of late, we've had some Apex Legends streams, quite a few of them actually during its launch. Then we've had again our Destiny streams, and they were very successful and quite busy, I have to say, after I returned back. And we are now continuing, well, I should say we are now starting with our The Division 2 stream, obviously beginning with its hobby dedicated entirely to the Division 2. We may throw in short Apex sessions just for an hour or so, you know, to have a bit of a respite and break. But obviously any time when we are doing some beta tests, then our stream is dedicated to that game alone. And I'm very excited to be able to do that. I wasn't quite sure whether I'd be able to get access, but indeed, as you could see, it's all up and running. And that's really truly delightful. So I'd be quite curious to hear from everyone who already played the Division 1, completed it and moved up the ladder, anyone who's been doing the annual pass and seasons, and indeed what your thoughts and views are on the new game. We did have some sketchy information on it, but obviously they kept everything under wraps. The biggest I've seen was during the E3 conference last year, where they released some gameplay, and there was some video documentaries as well related to the development, and it looked just absolutely amazing. I really loved it, and for anyone who enjoys tactical shooters, be it Rainbow Six Siege or PUBG, or if you were doing obviously Battle Royale games like Fortnite and Apex Legends of late, then certainly Division is going to be a bread and butter. But also I think some people who are doing Anthem, because Anthem also has a team of 4, not agents but javelins and guardians and freelancers, I beg your pardon. I mixed them up with my guardians from Destiny, and therefore it is all about the tactical teamwork. In fact, we do have a tactical team of 3 in Apex as well, but I have to say it's been a very mixed bag whilst doing it with random gamers, and in fact I did receive quite a few messages from some of my all-entrepreneur friends who were really not disappointed but somewhat worn out by the consistent lack of team effort amongst those guys, you know. And I think obviously if you're playing with a steady team, it gives a very different picture, and you're chasing scores and you're doing it tactically. But I think doing it randomly is also adventurous, and it's also a way of exploring different ways in which you can actually do the game, and you're faced with lots of challenges, first one of which is simply flexibility. Every single time you're squad up with completely unknown people, they'll display certain kind of behavior, and you know, the gaming psychology is very important when it comes to multiplayer. You'll be able to see whether somebody is a true dedicated team member or whether they're just completely selfish and ignorant. And obviously I played with very many gamers worldwide. I think I've done more than 500 or 600 games on Apex so far, matches that is. So I probably would have engaged 6 times 3, maybe about roughly 2,000, well 1,800 gamers or so. And I have to say, some of the participants were absolutely delightful. I had a wonderful gameplay with them, tactical, and many of them had become my regular followers and friends on various forums, and I've done quite a few games with them as well, although not for very long, because the vast majority would do maybe 2 or 3 games, and obviously they had to run. And then I had some people who were experienced players and trying to really get the flexibility together, which was also very, very good. I had some really good games there. But then I did have quite a few, and I have to say, this was not during the first 10 days, but as the game became more well-known and obviously attracted even many more gamers worldwide, during the last 10 days or so, it's been not particularly good. And I did have a couple of occasions when playing with some teams, which in fact I thought were the teams of 2, with myself as an add-on player, where I would, for instance, rescue both guys after being downed and respawn them, and then after I was hit, they just completely ignored me and they continued looting, collecting the kit and forgetting about the team effort, and that was just deplorable. And if you watch my streams, and indeed if you're accessing the archive, you'll be able to immediately spot some of these. I had a number of those as well. A few times there were the teams of 2, but I'd say a few more times just a single player who was completely belligerent and just didn't care at all. I remember rescuing one guy twice, and then after I got down, he just didn't bother at all, and he went to the area where we had death boxes, and my death box was in there, so I thought he was going to revive me, and but basically what he did was just carry on looting all the death boxes and forgot about me completely. So that is the kind of behavior that we do not want to see in team-based gaming online, and it's truly deplorable, and I think everyone will obviously base their judgment on what they see. Remember, people who are doing this, because obviously everybody in a game like Apex has to be focused on so-called buddy approach, which means you are supporting the person next to you regardless of who they are, because your life in the game is going to depend on what they do. The reason I'm telling you this is that The Division is also a very similar kind of game. It's a big multiplayer game online. You are playing in squads, and the squads have to be doing certain tasks. They need to be completed together as a squad, otherwise it will not work. And the buddy approach is absolutely fundamental to the success of the game. So I'm quite curious to see how all this will evolve. Not quite sure really what we are going to be doing. I will look at the introduction first of all. So we'll do a bit of recap on Tom Clancy's Division, and we'll look at the Division 2 and also what this beta test is going to provide us. So let's have a look. So first of all, the Division is an action role-playing video game, and it's been developed by Massive Entertainment, then published by Ubisoft, with some assistance also from Red Storm Entertainment and Ubisoft Reflections and Ubisoft Annecy for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's been released obviously across the platforms. And then it was released worldwide on 8th of March 2016, so that's about 3 years ago roughly. Set in a near future New York in the aftermath of a smallpox pandemic. So the main player, the character who obviously we are going to be entertaining, is a special agent of the eponymous strategic Homeland Division, commonly referred to simply as the Division. And this character is tasked with helping the group rebuild its operations in Manhattan, investigate the nature of the outbreak, and then combating criminal activity in its wake, looting and all the other, organized crime type of thing. The Division is structured with elements of role-playing games, as well as cooperative and player versus player online multiplayer. So there are 3 options in there. It's the usual RPG, and then co-op and PvP. Right. The game received generally positive reviews and was a commercial success, with Ubisoft stating that the game broke the company's record for highest number of first-day sales. Furthermore, 1 week after the game's release, Ubisoft stated that The Division was the company's best-selling game and the industry's biggest first-week launch for a new game franchise, which generated an estimated amount of $330 million globally. And then a sequel, Tom Clancy's Division 2, as you know, will be then released on the March the 15th of 2019. So if we just have a look at the gameplay and basically what happens in there, you have the action RPG game, which is set in an open world mid-crisis Manhattan with destructible environments that can be freely explored by the players. The player's mission is to restore order by investigating the source of the virus, Player character can carry 3 weapons and explosives like sticky bombs and seeker mines to fight against the enemies. Players may take cover behind objects during firefights in order to avoid taking damage from enemies and to give them a tactical advantage when attacking. The game is always played from a third-person perspective, so it's not an FPS, meaning the character model is always visible. As players progress, they can earn experience points, known as XPs of course, and currency. They can use this currency to buy weapons and gear, and use the points to learn new talents and skills. The player's gear is categorized into 7 levels. Born, Standard, Specialized, Superior, High-End. Gear set items are the rarer exotic loot, or crafted from gathered materials. The storyline missions involve objectives that are relevant to the respective wing of the base of operations, which serves as the player's home base. At the player's home base, there are 3 wings, which are the Medical, Security and Tech wing. Playing missions for a wing grants the player points for that wing alone, which the player can then spend to gain access to new talents, perks and facilities in the base of operations. So the player will then receive intel videos from each head of the wing at a certain progression point, which the player can watch. The intel received is specific to its wing, with the medical wing giving virus reports on the outbreak, the security wing giving insight into each in-game enemy faction, and then the tech wing providing camera footage. So the game features a dynamic, time-based weather system, which may bring benefits or disadvantages to everybody in the game. For instance, storms can hinder players' visibility and make aiming difficult. The game also features, I'm just going to say that when you have a, plain sunshine, it makes your visibility more enhanced, but equally it's making it easier for the enemy to spot you. So it's, both ways really. The game also features a day-night cycle, which can change the behavior of enemies in the game. The Dark Zone is the PvP competitive multiplayer mode featured in the Division, where a lot of high-end weapons are left behind when the military retreats in the game. So it's separate from the main campaign and has its own progression system. Higher quality items can be found within the Dark Zone, but are considered contaminated, and contaminated loot can be stolen by other players and must be flown out by helicopter in order for them to be available for the player after they leave the Dark Zone. So it's not as simple as just picking them up. Players can be accompanied by several co-op partners and other neutral player-controlled agents. These people, however, can turn against the player at any moment, going rogue. So remember that. They may be your buddies 1 minute, next minute they may be very, very unfriendly. Players' level and ranking may drop if they die too often in the zone. So you have to be obviously surviving as long as possible. Okay. So we'll have a look very briefly at the actual development and all that's happened there, and then we'll look at the Division 2, which obviously is the extension of the Division. So the game was originally being developed as an 8th generation consoles exclusive. Shortly after the game's unveiling, Ubisoft stated that other platforms were not ruled out. Ubisoft asked PC gamers to show interest in the game by signing petitions, and then they would decide. The new intellectual property and tech has been in development for several years, although development on the actual game began in early 2013. So during E3 2013, the game was officially announced with a trailer explaining the results of Operation Dark Winter and the purpose of Directive 51. So during the expo, Ubisoft announced the companion app that allowed players to play the game on tablets. So players are able to join in the game as a drone to offer tactical support for players playing on PC and consoles. On 20th of August 2013, Ubisoft announced that the game would be released on PC for Microsoft Windows as a result of the vocal and passionate PC community. On February 7, 2014, they also announced that the Reflections was co-developing the game and was responsible for developing the map design, character design, and the online components of the game. So Red Storm Entertainment, a subsidiary of Ubisoft, was co-founded by Tom Clancy and was also working on the weapon design of the game. Ubisoft Annecy was also announced to be one of the co-developers of the game on 8th of May 2015. 15th of May 2014, it was announced that the Division would be delayed until 2015, according to the anonymous source inside Massive Entertainment Studio. So the Division uses Ubisoft's new proprietary engine, which is known as Snowdrop, and it's made for PC, PS4 and Xbox One. On 9th of June 2014, The Division was showcased at E3 2014, with an anticipated release for late 2015. February 2016, Ubisoft announced that downloadable content for The Division would be timed exclusives for Xbox One alone. During E3 2015, the game's final release date and a player versus player area known as the Dark Zone were revealed. Its companion app was cancelled, as the company considered that the addition of drones would bring unfairness to the competitive multiplayer mode of the game. Unlike the previous E3 demo, Long Island and Staten Island do not appear in the game at launch, while Brooklyn only appears in the opening hours of the game as the tutorial area. The beta was set to be released for the Xbox One in December 2015 and for Windows and PlayStation 4 in 2016. On 7th of December 2015, Ubisoft announced that the Division beta would be moved to early 2016 and that an Xbox One exclusive alpha would begin on 9th of December of 2015. So you can see it's been a very, very long-term, very protracted period of game development, and the reason for that is very simple. They wanted the game to be a very, very serious competitor to Rainbow Six Siege, and also to have a fully developed kind of tactical shooter scheme, which is going to be on one hand accessible to everyone, on the other competitive and easy to use. So on January the 26th of 2016, it was confirmed that the closed beta would begin on 28th of January for Xbox One and 29th of January for PlayStation and Microsoft Windows, and end for all platforms on 1st of February 2016. So they had extended the beta and that it would end on 2nd of February 2016. On 9th of February 2016, Ubisoft announced that the Division's open beta would begin for Xbox One on 18th of February 2016 and for PC and PlayStation 4 on 19th of February 2016, and then it will end on all platforms on February the 22nd. So there were more than 6.4 million players across all platforms, and they all participated in the open beta. On 27th of February 2016, Ubisoft confirmed that there would be no microtransactions at launch, and then finally the game was released on 8th of March 2016, 2 years after its planned release. So generally the reception was very, very good. Very many magazines were giving it, the very best, like EGM 9 out of 10, Game Informer 8 out of 10, Game Revolution 5 out of 5, GameSpot 8 out of 10, Games Radar 4.5 of 5, IGN. Well, IGN was less complimentary, but frequently they are, in fact. PC Gamer 68 to 100, also not as complimentary. But, overall, I would say the vast majority of people were very, very engaged and indeed very, very keen on the game. So just bear with us. We are going to be having a look also on The Division 2. And as you know, it's exactly the same developer, Massive Entertainment. We're expecting its release to be on March the 15th. It does play, again, from a third-person perspective. This time it's going to be in New York, it's going to be in Washington DC, 7 months after its predecessor, which means it's quite short time-wise to the previous game, in which a civil war between survivors and villainous bands of marauders breaks out. In the game, players can cooperate with each other to complete objectives. The game will also feature raids, which can be completed by up to 8 players. And as I said, Massive Entertainment is the developer, and in view of the feedback, which was obviously related to the first game, they plan to include more game content at launch and improve the endgame. So the game's endgame development was prioritized by Massive Entertainment after hearing that many people were complaining about the way the first game ended. So we've had obviously the announcements on 9th of March of 2018, with the first gameplay footage was obviously premiered at Electronic Entertainment Exposition 2018, and that was in June of 2018, and then during the conference, Ubisoft confirmed that the game is going to be released on 15th of March of 2019. So a private beta is obviously coming our way this weekend, and I beg your pardon, the private beta was completed already about a week ago, and we are now going to be doing our open beta. So that's really the news, and that's the introduction on our beloved the Division. As you could see, there's been a lot of time and effort spent on improving the game compared to the first one, and the developer Massive Entertainment had been listening to the community of their followers and fans, and they were trying to really improve everything from the word go. You do remember that lots of people were quite unhappy with the end game in the Division, and also they complained about the lack of substantial content towards the end as the game was launched. So we had several years of annual pass and seasons and some extra content, and therefore people became more and more satisfied and happy towards the end. Right, so I think we have looked at the Division in depth. We know everything about it. We remember the days when the first game was launched. I remember the days when I was playing it as well. And now is the time to engage with this brand new product, the Division 2. So without further ado, we are going to crack on. You can see we have some messages in here indicating that we can be doing some screenshots, so there'll be photo mode, and they're asking us to stick them on social media. So indeed we are going to be using social media as much as possible. The only trouble when you are streaming on PlayStation 4 is that you can't do it at the same time. You know, you have to be all the time resorting to rebooting the game and going in and out. So unfortunately I cannot post as I play, which is obviously what we all want to do. But indeed we are going to be using that as much as possible to raise the profile and indeed to bring in some new followers and new fans to this wonderful new game. And as you could see, they say have fun agents, and we'll see in the streets of Washington DC, and this is exactly where we are going to be. So they're also asking us to perhaps follow them on Twitter and Twitch, join some of the social networking they do, and just overall focus on the community work. There we are, now connecting with the server, progressing forward, really looking forward to this. I already looked at this early on, it all seems to be alright. So we have no subtitles, obviously we don't want any of those. Brightness seems to be fine. That's all in order. And now we are connecting to the server. So as you can see, we have some information in here on using skills and that. So we can be using, oh, very quick. DC-62 is a decontamination chemical used in Washington DC to combat the outbreak. You can adjust the camera controls in the settings menu. We'll leave it on default at the moment, so that's fine. Press L1 and R1 to use the equipped skill. After using a skill, it needs to cool down before you can use it again. The game has been loaded. So let's see, we need to select the character first of all. So we are going to be building our character. Rotate left. L2, rotate left. Yeah, I could see it's a bit delayed. Okay, head's responding, alright. And then we have right to rotate right. Okay. We can't zoom in. I think it's fairly simple, so it is unlike in the real game where I guess we'd be able to do lots of different things, and oh, I see, we can, oh yeah, okay, so we can do all sorts in there. Really some funny outfits, look at that. Okay, I think he's quite good, quite like him. So turn him left, turn him right. Okay. And then we need to accept the character. Do you want to continue with this character? Yep, I'll confirm. So we are ready for action. Exciting. Let's see what lies ahead.
We took things for granted. We expected coffee in the morning. We expected free Wi-Fi. When those were taken from us, we survived. When communications broke down, the trains stopped and the internet went dark, we survived.
But when the pharmacies were looted and hospitals shut down, asthma became lethal. And with no police to protect you, did you own a gun?
Did your neighbor?
Some survived.
We are a resilient species. When our society collapsed, we found ways to go on. And now, for the first time in centuries, what we want is also truly what we need. In the face of disaster, we helped each other.
We built new communities in the ruins of the old. We adapted. We survived. Established a new normal. But there are also those who build nothing. Create nothing.
Hyenas preying on the weak. They've made our world bleed. But we don't stand alone. A brave few have sworn to protect us and save what remains. They unite us.
Remind us that we are one people. They are our shield and our light. But if that light goes out,
who can save us then?
Indeed, that is a very good question.
Incoming alert on the SHD emergency channel. Flash priority.
The base of operations is under attack. Hostile forces have breached our southern perimeter. We are in need of immediate assistance. Repeat, need immediate assistance from any nearby agents.
So we're given some instructions in here. Use cover in combat to stay alive. Press X to enter and exit cover. You can hold X to move from cover to cover and double tap to roll away. So we'll try that in a minute. Tap on the I think it's the directions sign, the pad on my controller to use the grenades. Look around to him. When you're ready to throw the grenade, press right 2 and then press circle to cancel. To use armor kit and repair your armor kit when it breaks, hold the right direction button. Just figure that it's the left direction button for the grenades. Okay, so we have to try that. Okay, that's pretty good. Can be jumping around a bit. More shooting to do that. Just jumping on again. So by doing the circle you're jumping on, and by doing the X you are taking cover. If you want to fire, you can aim. Okay, do a grenade. So that's a grenade. Okay. Do it again. Grenade. Coming back to that. It's just got one weapon at the moment, but I guess just by pressing the triangle we'll be able to change weapons. Okay. So as you can see, we also got radar there on the top left, and we do have some indications in there. Is this freedom, is the question here? Well, evidently it's a bit dubious. I will have to believe in it. As we progress, we'll find out whether this is freedom or not, right? We just started the game. Alright, so let's just do a bit of a run in here. So let's say the enemy is there. Oh, I see. Do that again. What I'll do is I'll just go for a run, right? Double tap, and then we'll hide. Okay, and we'll come here. The only trouble is, you know, with those third-person shooter games, the crosshairs are sometimes not very, very clear. So when I'm looking at it, doesn't seem to be well highlighted, you know. Sometimes it will have some difficulties with aiming. Okay, so the best way of trying out is simply by cracking on. Okay. So, dawn's early light, half a kilometer, 500 meters, reach the White House. Lun, 190 meters. Okay. Just wondering whether this is timed. Hopefully it isn't. Anyway, where's the car? Like that. Also, sometimes you can collect certain things. It's definitely worth checking, you know, when you're running. Yeah. So it's one tap is basically hiding, doing a bit of surveillance. The other double tap is acrobatics. Okay. We need to go in there. Objective failed. Well, it's obvious because it was timed and I was simply trying out a few things. Doesn't matter really. So now we are going to be timing. What is this? No. It's quite simple, you know, the other squad is obviously compromised and therefore we need to be going there. Come on. Go in. Oh no. Objective failed again. I'm not doing too well, am I? away from it. Hang on, where do I need to go? Return to mission area. This is the map. Marked it on a map, so we know exactly where we need to go. Doesn't look likely from here. Okay. So it keeps telling me I need to return to the mission area. So I'm going to the right direction now. Loot. So I got some, what did I get? Some ammunition. It's a big military helicopter in there, so you can see. Picking flowers is definitely not the thing to do at the moment. What did I get? I didn't see what type of loot I was able to get from here. Okay. He looks completely out of it. Barracks. Okay. So it It's a bit of exploration as well, you know, when you're sort of running a bit. Yeah, I really like the movement, it's so smooth. And also the area, look at it, the way it's designed, so atmospheric. Curious to see about that photo mode. It's a local map, and that's the overall map. Okay. Very quickly. There. Alright. In fact, I'll take a snapshot of that. Oh no! Why did it fail? Maybe because I've taken too long. Doesn't matter. It's all about stealth, speed, action, you know, all sorts of niceties which you'd expect. Okay, we've seen already we need to be going up there. Just trying to see what I can have a good snapshot of this. Yeah, I can. We'll do another one once we get there. Like no more loot in there. No. Okay, so I'm not going to be looking at anything too much. Just,
Portable electronic device detected.
looks like a med kit. Okay. Moving away from it. Okay, so it's literally just right up. It's amazing, really, the quality movement that he has. Look at that. And he goes up and he runs and look at that.
Make sure nobody comes up from behind. I love it, Agent. Nobody comes up from behind.
Smoke grenades.
I've got eyes on a division agent heading north toward the White House. Looks like they've cut down a group of hyenas and are headed this way.
Agent, if you can hear us on this frequency, keep pushing forward and blindside these bastards.
Okay, so he's gone, but where are the other guys? Don't have binoculars, I don't think, at the moment. Oh, it's so beautifully designed. I mean, you just have to love it. It's just incredible. Look at that. Amazing stuff. Really beautiful. Washington DC is under attack, as you can see. And this wonderful new game we're doing beta test. Open beta this is. So he needs to be resolved.
You are so fucking...
There's another one in there. Look at him.
You shouldn't have done that.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Ah, that's really
Agent
my fault.
deceased.
That's because I was not careful enough. I did not take cover, and therefore I'm dead. It's been a while since I've played the game, so there you go. No worries. Brought us back to last checkpoint. Very, very good. Really good movements. Really exciting. I'm loving it.
There's an asshole ahead. Gotta reload. Got you covered. We're gonna rule this whole country.
You won't do that to me. I'm out.
there's no one behind me. Doesn't look like some of them can be looted. See. There's some loot in here I collected. God, this picture's awesome. He's friendly.
There's the agent! Get that fire out!
It's safe.
To the lighthouse. Okay, so we need to go to the lighthouse, but looks of it, so that's it. Monument. Okay.
Good thing you arrived when you did. BP's ready.
You! Hey, thanks for the help out there. You should check in with Manny, our coordinator, upstairs in the blue room. And come by here if you ever need help with your tech.
Coop Dennison is here.
A little hunger does a mighty good.
Trying to find out the best
Come over.
area for a shot. Maybe this one. So we need to go upstairs and meet with the division commander. Just taking a few snaps, so obviously put them on Twitter and...
No, we're okay. That was probably the worst attack yet. I'll give you a full report once we assess the damage.
Yep. Division coordinator is probably up here.
Portable device detected.
I love the view from up here.
Beautiful design interior, look at that. It's just astonishing, really. There, division coordinator. Found him.
This is you. Welcome to DC. I'm Manny. I run comms. I'm guessing the division alert brought you here? Damn glad to see you. Let me show you exactly how screwed we are. Ever since the JTF imploded, the city's become a playground for murderous fuckheads. There are several main factions, and a whole lot of bottom feeders sucking up whatever the big dogs miss. A few civilian settlements are still holding out against all this villainy. They need more help than we've been able to provide, especially since the division network went dark. That's Kelso. She's one of the last surviving agents in DC. She's operating out of the theater settlement on a priority mission. You should go check in with her. If anyone knows how to get these systems back online, it's her. Oh, and introduce yourself to the locals while you're at it. It'll comfort them to know there's a new sheriff in town.
There is a new sheriff in town.
By the way, Agent, head downstairs and check in with the quartermaster. He can get you set up with some division tech. You're gonna need the edge.
It's very similar to the Division 1, you know, with the directions and your tutorial, your tips, and absolutely wonderful. I love it. It tells us the quartermaster can help you improve your toolbox. He unlocks skills, skill mods, and perks. The base of operations is understaffed. You can recruit staff for the White House at the settlements, but unlock new services in the base of operations. So let's read that again. The base of operations is understaffed. You can recruit staff for the White House at these settlements and unlock new services in the base of operations. Okay. SHD network is down, affecting access to supplies. Complete SHD missions to upgrade the base of operations. So SHD missions need to be done. Talk to quartermaster downstairs. Okay. Skill unlocked. What's the skill? Level 2 now. 100 health, 1 SHD tech, field proficiency cache. Okay. As you can see, it's all automated, and then if you want to double check, let's see. Oh, we've got conflict stats, conflict level 1. I see, we can choose then PvP as well. You can see a very good menu as well, no assets, SHD, random activity. Alright, so basically by doing your touchpad you get this very comprehensive layout. It's the map, it's projects, it's conflict stats, everything really. Curious to see what happens when we press options. Options gives us also the stats. So we have character, level 02. So you could see DZ01.
Civilians are reminded that new clothing and footwear is distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. If you require any special items, you are advised to leave your name and sizes at the supply depot between 1200 and 1400 hours.
Fighter mode. Settings. Okay, we're not bothered with settings at the moment. News. Agent, be the first to play the division. Leaderboards. Progress further to unlock character. Alright, so these are skills. Let's not worry too much about this. What we need to do is we need to talk to our quartermaster. He is downstairs. And you could see the White House is not looking particularly orderly. Wait a minute, where was I? I got in through here.
Hello, Agent. Keep up the good work.
Indeed, I shall keep up with the good work. What's that? 25th Amendment. POTUS is the President of the United States.
Have you heard?
Heard what?
About Waller.
No. What's the latest? Has he decided Russia's responsible after all?
No.
Do not leave the safe area unarmed.
He's dead.
Check out firearms. Visit the gun range between 0700 and 0900 hours.
They couldn't revive him.
Shit. That means that Mendez is in charge.
Is that all you can say at a time like this?
It's all I can afford to say.
So I think we got another mission in there, but I want to go to the quartermaster first. That's cool, like base of operations, White House upgrades.
You guys are kicking ass, Agent.
I can't say that on air because I'm in a family-friendly channel, right? But obviously the guys in the game can do that, so I don't have to say anything. Okie dokie. So we need to call.
Hey there.
Wait a minute. It's quartermaster. No, it's not quartermaster.
Hey, you!
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to be unlocking some of these. So we'll take a turret. Okay. Division agent skills are based on skill platforms with a number of variants. There are 8 skill platforms available in total. Okay. Skills are unlocked by completing certain main missions. You can unlock the skill platforms in any order. Choose which skill you want to unlock first. So,
hey, you! Hello?
okay, so that's been unlocked. Soul turret automatically tracks and attacks hostile targets, but this behavior can manually be ridden to target a specific enemy. So once unlocked, skills available in inventory, where you can equip and modify your skills. Equip your skills to R1.
Need to call an
Agent in need of backup.
Good to actually be doing something.
Once a new skill platform is unlocked, you can unlock skill variants to alter its functionality.
You hear me?
Gather SHD tech by playing SHD tech missions, leveling up and looting SHD tech locations. Then return to the base of operations to unlock the skill variants. Okay.
Howdy!
You could see some areas are not available in beta.
Come on over!
Perks are positive bonuses that will enhance your character in various ways. Okay.
Come over here!
Perks are acquired by using SHD tech. Perks can be unlocked in any order. So we need to see really what these perks are, right? Some perks have upgrade levels. To unlock the high levels of these perks, you must first unlock the lower levels. Some perks have extra requirements that need to be met in order for the perk to become available. Pick a perk to immediately gain its benefits once acquired. They're always active.
Hey, over here.
Okay, so that's one of the perks. Weapon slot. The second weapon can be equipped for a total of 2 primary weapons and 1 secondary weapon equipped at all times. For the benefit of our viewers, as you can see, we completed some tasks early on. We've gone to the White House, we are talking to the quartermaster, we are unlocking some perks and enabling some of the skills. So that's the first step we have in The Division 2.
I hope I get more of these.
Gather more SHD tech by playing SHD tech missions, leveling up and looting SHD tech locations. Once you have enough SHD tech, return here to the quartermaster to unlock more perks. Okay.
Hey, you!
Let's see, can we...
Hey there!
I think lots of those are locked.
Goddamn mice get into everything.
I think that's probably as far as we can go at the moment. So we have weapon slots and we have skill slots. No? 2 skills equipped at any given time. So staff roster, Scoop Dennison. He is your quartermaster, a former Secret Service gunsmith, repairman, philosopher, and secret genius. Dennison is a master tinkerer who operates in a workshop at the ground level of the White House. He has a lot of experience in the field and has seen several presidents come and go over the years.
Hello?
So we have other people in there, as you could see, but we can't do anything about them at the moment. So we go to skills.
Come on over.
Skill unlock available. A1. Okay. I see. We've got Seeker Mine. So that's Jew Seeker Mine variant explosive. Unlock. We got that.
I need to get the smell out.
And I think we've got this too.
Over here. You hear me?
By the rest. Ah, you could see there's some that are not available in beta either. So some are not, which is obviously expected. So it's skills, perks.
Hey, you!
And staff roster. Okay.
The theater settlement is off to the east. You'll probably run into some trouble along the way. You'll have to do this block by block, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Okay, so this is the White House. Here. Downtown East.
Looking good, Agent.
We need to be finding Odessa Sawyer at the theater 09 kilometers. Okay. And let us just see options. Theater settlement. Okay. But there was also another mission that I picked up there with that transmission about the death of the
Could use some help moving
president.
stock later.
Weapons. Two weapons I've got beside this. P416. Assault rifle, and I have also this pistol, which is M9. Contaminated. Backpack, so you could see is bits of everything in there. Concussion grenade. Resources.
We're doing better than I thought.
Currency is 100. Okay. Supplies Materials, ammunitions, health. Okay. Stats, gear talents, weapons.
Time to check the stocks again.
Okay, so that's all done and dusted. Find a Desert Sawyer at the theater. So that's what we need to do. Nighttime.
What's up, Agent? Good to see you.
The neighborhoods you'll be moving through are hyena territory. They're a bunch of vicious assholes who prey on the weak and vulnerable and kill for kicks. And they destroy whatever they can't steal for themselves. And they've been an especially serious problem for the theater settlement. Given our situation, we need the help of the settlements. But they can't do much if they're struggling to survive. So see what you can do to take some pressure off them. But don't forget that we have to get the Shade Network back to full strength. In a lot of places, the Division has been the only thing holding people together. But where DC is the priority, most agents are completely cut off. They're not gonna last long without support.
You can see there's some other players in here already. As you know, we can always invite players to come in. So we are going to be proceeding to our destination.
Time is crawling.
Leaving safe area. Priority item detected.
Wait a minute. Discovered collectible. Artifacts, relics, George Washington battle sword and scabbard. Okay. Collected it. So you can see it's quite good to be sort of prowling around a bit and exploring the territory, because you might come across some items which can be collected. Quite like the fact I can't walk to the bush if the bush is a bit thick. So really very good design. Still a bit far from me. Just remember, you always have to carefully consider where the firing's coming from. Okay. So this is one of the friendlies. So you could see.
Who do you think you are?
I don't understand why this grenade didn't explode.
This is my town, Agent! Shit! Out of ammo! We gonna rule this whole country!
Didn't quite see it. So this is a bit annoying because this is like looting and you don't see what you're picking up. So I don't know if I looted. Maybe it's some sort of fault in there. It's beta, you know, all possible. Some components looted from here. Okay. Yeah, I see. Okay. So after they die, they disappear. Well, not all of them, some of them. So we need to find Chelsea Sawyer. Yeah, the system of tracking is identical to what we had in the first installment. So you can see it's quite easy to... You can get lost, and this makes it really much better, easy to navigate. Really like it.
Electronic device detected.
Okay, where? Oh, there. It's a trip mine, or what is it? Equip the inventory to equip the secondary weapon.
Incoming backup request.
No, wait a minute, that's not right. Okay, I'm gonna bother with that at the moment. But what's happening to that? Don't know. Downtown East we've come to. Smoke grenades. I don't see him. Come on.
I'll cover you. No assholes in sight.
you do! They're coming around! You can't deal with us!
Oh, there.
No, you piece of shit! How's it feel to die?
What was that? Okay, so he's there. She's there. And he's there as well. Okay, so... Well, the other guys disappeared, but... Oh, I just love the environment. Look at it, it's beautiful. Look, literally... early dawn. This is also very pretty. Beautifully designed. I love it. You know, I'm just not rushing it because obviously this is my first gameplay on this beta, open beta, and I want to just enjoy the environment as well as the characters and gameplay and everything else. And I have to say that at the moment... no technical glitches at all so far, so that's really good. Two of them, right?
Out of ammo again? You stepped over the line.
What was this? Don't know what I've done now. It just looks like an error of some sort. Don't know really. We'll find out. Looks like no loot for these guys. Right. Right. Okay. You have a field proficiency cache in inventory. These caches are granted when... just went away too quickly. I didn't manage to even read it. Inventory cache in the character. Okay. So carry on. Let's find Odessa.
I love it, Danny. Reloading now.
Who's
Come and
that?
get it. Screw you.
Oh really?
Vital signs critical.
Need med pack, I think. Oh no, it's automatically I got re-energized, so I don't have to worry about it. Good idea, to be a bit more careful than just sprinting, you know? From cover to cover, as you could see, is probably better. So it should be close to Odessa. You know, it's quite good how you don't see that the enemies are up there because they're not indicated just when you come closer to them. You realize they're villains. Quite like that idea. Sniper rifle or so on, make me a lot more efficient, right? So that's where she is. American barn grill. Look at that, isn't that beautiful?
Hell, I'm out of bullets.
So these are the
Try to
friends.
run now. I'm out of ammo! Go ahead! I'll cover! Hey! They're coming around the side! There's plenty more ammo!
Can't get a shot.
This asshole's mine! Switching mags! Here's just another kill! Carefully! I'm gonna reload!
We're gonna get cut off!
Gonna try for a better position.
Reloading!
Die, you fuck! Shit! I can see them coming to me!
Don't know where they are though.
Oh, that hurt! Wait, I need to reload!
Switching position! You're gonna regret this!
Immediate medical assistance needed.
You see that? Can't see him.
We're not so defensive, though.
I can watch your back.
Come out!
The sooner we start moving, the sooner we're finished.
At least there still are some good guys out here.
I gotta get back to work. Thanks for the movie, Manny.
Anytime, Theo.
You coming over for dinner?
Not tonight. Gotta meet with some National Guard buddies. They're worried they'll get called to hell with quarantine in New York.
Okay.
This is serious.
It's the flu. You remember swine flu? Everyone freaked out for nothing. You'll see. In a couple of months, no one will even remember what the dollar flu was, like Y2K.
Y2K?
You really know how to make a guy feel old.
I'm just messing with you. But I don't know. This doesn't feel like it's just gonna blow over. People are scared. And you know what happens when people get scared?
You worry too much, mijo. Give me your wall. Yeah. Don't make us hurt you. Well, hell no. No. You should have just given it up, old man. Help! Someone help us! Call 911! We need help!
Please, stay with me, Theo.
I gotta get back to work. Thanks for the movie, Manny.
Anytime, Theo.
You coming over for dinner?
Not tonight. Gotta meet with some National Guard buddies. They're worried they'll get called to hell with quarantine in New York.
Okay.
This is serious.
It's the flu. You remember swine flu? Everyone freaked out for nothing. You'll see. In a couple of months, no one will even remember what the dollar flu was, like Y2K.
Y2K?
You really know how to make a guy feel old.
I'm just messing with you. But I don't know. This doesn't feel like it's just gonna blow over. People are scared. And you know what happens when people get scared?
You worry too much, mijo. Give me your wall.
Yeah.
Don't make us hurt you. Well, hell no. No. You should have just given it up, old man. Help! Someone help us! Call 911! We need help!
Please, stay with me, Theo.
You're coming up on the theater settlement. The woman who runs it is named Odessa Sawyer. Try to stay on her good side.
Oh, what did I do now again? That's a turret, okay.
Agent?
Safe area detected.
So we come to a settlement, which is in a theatre area. Settlements are civilian safe havens. They stand opposed to the hostile factions in the city. Justin Boyd, use settlements to acquire new main missions, side missions and other activities. Inaya El-Khalik, through your help the settlements will upgrade and grant you staff that you can bring back to the base of operations. Okay.
Hello, Agent. Keep up the good work.
Sorry.
Over here, Agent.
I need to get some laundry done.
I know it's hard out there, but honestly, things aren't much better up here. We can't take any chances. We're sorry, but that's just how things are now.
Nice to see you.
Head up to the roof. Odessa's inspecting.
Odessa is on the roof by the looks of it. Theatre settlement, a big one as you can see.
The only thing we have enough of is bullets. You need it. I've got it. Come check it out.
The security situation is hopeless.
Good to see you, Agent. Thanks for the deal.
I hope you like that last track. So, it sounds crazy, but if you come across some black cohosh, harvest that shit for our medics. It's a small green shrub that's got tall flower stalks covered in little white flowers. I guess it's like an anti-inflammatory. It's good for arthritis and headaches. Without the pharmaceutical grade stuff, we need to go back herbal remedy. Keep an eye out for black cohosh. I'm tired.
Right over here.
If you're looking for Agent Kelso, she just left. I should have gone with her. But I'd only slow her down. I know you got your own problems to deal with. But them hyena motherfuckers took my little girl. Get to me. If you can help, I'll be on your debt.
Agent, over here.
And I always pay my debts.
Washington Hotel. Contaminated area.
So, what's your status?
I'm inside the hotel. No sign of Eleanor.
Rendezvous with Agent Kelso and stage daring assault to rescue Eleanor Sawyer from the hyenas.
Remember, the point is to rescue.
Okay. And here.
Agent requesting backup.
Hey there, Agent. You got a minute?
So it tells us here that we have crafting, certain activities, project outfit, hunting party, savager crew, settlement upgrades, new roof, barbecue, hydroponics, game corner, and rescued art.
This.
So at the moment this is all locked, so we can't do it. Oh, we've got matchmaking as well. That's good.
Hello there, Agent. Look, it's SHD Agent.
We can obviously redo that afterwards. Once we've gone through it, we'll then bring in other guys on board and we'll do it in a team. So now we are going to take a short break, and when I come back we are going to be carrying on with the Division 2. As you could see, it's all very self-explanatory. That's a very good tutorial. Very enjoyable gameplay. I love it so far. And then we do have this other mission allocated. We need to be saving the daughter of one of the agents, and then we need to have a rendezvous with Kelso. So, not Kelso, Odessa, I beg your pardon. So that is exactly what we are going to do. So at the moment we are going to take a short break. I need to do a few things before we carry on. So thank you so much for coming, for watching my broadcast of the Division 2. It's beta test of open beta, in fact, for this entire weekend. We are going to have a lot of fun with it, literally throughout the whole 3 days, and hope you guys are going to be joining us. And we'll have lots of different broadcasts, some shorter, some longer, but as you know, I prefer shorter broadcasts with lots of breaks, and therefore when we continue we'll carry on with our story missions. So until then, I wish you all a very, very good evening.
Over here, Agent.
Agent, it's always nice to see you.
Hey, Agent. Big fan.
Hey, Agent, do you have a moment?